Hi, my bookish friends. Grab your tea, your laptop, your remnants of hope for a six-figure book deal. Whatever you've got that gives you courage, because we're about to talk about the secrets the publishing industry won't tell you until you're knee deep. Yes, there is sugar-coated publication advice out there, but today we're spilling the secrets, what agents won't say. Now, am I an agent? Am I an editor? Do I even work in publishing? No, but you guys know I be diving deep, and I've seen and witnessed and even heard firsthand from people who have experienced it what they go through. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about it, yeah? What the agents won't say, what the contracts quietly hide, what PR teams expect, what indie scams lurk. Yeah, we're talking about it all. We're talking invisible rules, the ones you absolutely need to know before you sign anything, definitely. And yes, I might be sarcastic about it. I'll probably be sarcastic about it, yeah. But yeah, if you're ready to get real, then let's go. And I'm really, really excited for this because I just thought it was super fun writing the script for this. Yeah, let's get into it. Now, here's the first rule I think nobody mentions. Your book stops being your baby the second you sign. Yeah. From cover designs to title changes, from content notes to marketing strategists calling your story genre adjacent, your creative control evaporates once the contract is in play. And honestly, this isn't my opinion, this is genuinely publishing reality. Elizabeth Day and The Guardian's expert like Sarah Collins, Nell Andrew, and Charmaine Lovegrove all emphasize discipline and community over illusions of artistic integrity. That cozy voice you wrote, yeah, it may be recast for mass appeal. Your quirky title might be replaced with something algorithm safe. Be ready. This is the business side, not betrayal. It's just business. So keep that in mind. Next, we are going to crush a myth right now. Aspiring writers think rejection ends with a contract. It does not, okay? Anne R. Allen calls this the eternal Goodreads vitamin. You may get published, but those reviews, oh, they will still sting. And we've spoken about this before. How reviews are readers' way of helping other readers. And reviewer spaces are for them. So we have to respect that for sure. Yes. But yeah, those reviews, those bad ones, they will still sting. Even authors making six figures, even some indie authors making six figures, they still face rejection. And this comes in the form of bad sales, poor reviews, and marketing failure. And the accepted reality is you either build tough skin or you quit. That literally is the reality of it. So don't fall for the myth that rejection goes away the minute you sign your contract. I'm so sorry. That's not how it goes. And it's sad, but it's true. Now, next is everyone online says that start building your platform early. But the unwritten rule is if you hype an unfinished manuscript, you set reader expectations that most times and most probably you cannot meet, okay? The Guardian's Elizabeth Day and publishing experts advise that you should love the craft, not the clout, okay? So build process before platform. And failing fast is better than marketing too early, I would say, or marketing improperly. So the industry, from what I have seen from research, it definitely hates over promise reveals. And we even spoke about this in a previous video. The industry is not kind to new debut authors when it comes to this. So yeah, put the hype down and focus on your craft 100%. Because even when you do that, they'll still find a way. They will still find a way. We spoke about it. But yeah, do not pay attention too much to the clout at all. Now, past that, I also want to speak about how publishing pays. Okay, listen, writing can feel therapeutic, vulnerable, emotional. It's one of the things I love about writing. But publishing, guys, it is a business that thrives on trends, not trauma. it is shifting, because in this generation, people are really liking the trauma sometimes, but most times it thrives on trends. You know, critics and editors like Neil Andrew, they say that you write for your reader, not for your feelings, okay? Publishing doesn't pay feelings a lot of the time. And many first-time authors, they botch campaigns by sharing trauma as a marketing tool, losing focus, or alienating readers. The fact of the matter is, not every personal bearing is shelf-worthy. And I think that is one of the best pieces of advice I could possibly tell authors. Because in this TikTok era where everyone is sharing and oversharing, beware of falling into that trap. The next thing I would say is about scams. So this is when David Gaughran, I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but I'm so sorry, and Anne R. Allen become your best friends. Okay, so David has spent years warning writers about predatory marketing services and scams like vanity publishing, paid blog tours, spammy conferences, and overpriced publicity. This past year, we have seen so many of these scams, you know, the horrible conferences, the people offering services and, you know, getting really violent when you say no. Yeah, it's been a year to really show authors that the world is not always safe, especially for you as an author who's just starting out now. And Anne, she maps out publishing scams new authors fall prey to, like review farms and fake author tours and shady prestige magazines. So when I tell you that's they become your best friends, they have to become your best friends, you know, because the rule is use free resources. 100%. Vet every service as well. Do your research, because remember, if it costs a lot and promises miraculously high exposure, be skeptical. If anything, just run away. Just run away. Run away. Flee. Flee quickly, okay? Now, the next rule is about contracts, okay? You think contracts are straightforward. Yeah. From non-compete clauses to subsidiary rights grabs and odd fee structures, writers signed without agents and end up locked into deals that strip book rights, control pricing, translations, film options, and even future formats. A single bad clause can cost you royalties or future profits. So honestly, make sure you always have a literary lawyer review complex contracts before signing anything. And even if it's not complex, I'm so sorry. When it comes to contracts, if you read and you do not understand the terminology, or you have like a minuscule grasp on what they're saying, get you a lawyer. Even if it's one clause that you don't understand, immediately that should tell you, I am not the right person to be reviewing this. Even if you have to save for ages to get that lawyer and be like, listen, I'm gonna need to go and get a lawyer. You need to go and get a lawyer. Don't risk your future because you thought you could do it all yourself. No. Find you a lawyer, please. I'm begging you, okay? Yeah. Now, David Gaughran, please forgive me, David. He also encourages new writers to treat blogging as craft building, not self-promo. So his books, Let's Get Digital and Strangers to Superfans, stress community over hype. So writing independently on Substack or WordPress, it can generate real money and fans before you sign with a publisher. And this approach, it subverts the traditional path, and it works 100%, especially nowadays. It definitely, I feel like, is a path that a lot of people are going down, because in this age, people are definitely looking for authenticity sometimes. I say sometimes because, like I said, it's not every day that you are just going to pour out everything and think that people will respond well to that. You do have to do it in a strategic manner, but it can definitely help if done well. Another thing I would say is one of the hardest invisible rules is that there's no right path. Alyssa Matisik, she notes that published authors break rules all the time, you know, and they succeed anyway. Your process, it might be out of order. You might write the climax first. You might skip edits altogether and rewrite from scratch. That can work. It can. The rule genuinely is to write your way, not someone else's, and you will see that that will be the best thing for you in the end. Now, one of the last things I would say is one of my favorite pieces of advice from Hugh Howey. He said, don't write for fame, write for passion. And I think if you are a writer, definitely that's probably one of the best pieces of advice, because I feel like it's the same people who are reviewing books on Book Talk for the money. Eventually, most times it'll catch up with you. And if anything, I think it's something that will drain you, and you don't want that. You want to actually be doing something because you love it. Even us who are doing our 9 to 5s, but then we have our side hustles. Our side hustles are usually what we love, but we do it even though it's time consuming and it's tiring, because it's what we love doing. When you actually love doing it, you will fight, you will push, and pushing is what will get you through in the end. I definitely believe that. And there's another piece of advice that I think a lot of people should consider, and that's the anonymity of authors. There are certain authors who decided to remain anonymous, and I definitely think that it proves that quiet craftsmanship still matters, even in this brand obsessed world. A lot of people are told to build a brand, but some authors, they really just focused on their craft. And because their craft was so undeniably amazing, whether they had a brand or not, in the moment didn't matter. People just focused on consuming their delicious and amazing craft. And even that became their brand, their anonymity. Like, oh, I know you by your writing style. I know you by the books that you write and how amazing they are. That's your brand. And to have your craft, the style, the passion, to have that be what you're known for, to have that become your brand, I think that is so much better than fame, especially this fame obsessed world. Take that with a grain of salt, especially if you're someone who you truly do not care for people to see your face. It's one of the reasons you don't come online or make YouTube videos or TikTok videos, even though you have so many things to share. You just don't want to be seen. If that's you, then consider remaining anonymous. Like, so many people write under pen names. They don't put an author picture on their book. Anonymity can definitely be a great path for certain people. So I would encourage authors definitely to consider it. I honestly would enjoy if more authors were anonymous. I'm just like, you know what? I feel like it'd be fun. I feel like it would be so, so fun. You know, maybe have a reveal party in 10 years. But I feel like it would really, really be fun. But beyond that, I definitely think if you are, this new author and you're trying to figure out what to do, yeah, just prioritize your craft. Prioritize, your draft before your platform. Like, just invest in your craft. Read voraciously, as all authors have told me before. Read voraciously. Make sure you're reading. If you have a favorite author, read them specifically. Read outside of the genre that you're writing as well, is a piece of advice I once got, because it will definitely help you to actually explore different ideas. And I thought that was really, really interesting and really, really smart as well. And just to be safe, just to be smart, vet everything voraciously, And I think most authors will always tell you to seek feedback from, trusted people, trusted services, trusted reader and writers, not fans with agendas. It's always fun to have a fan, but will it really help you? No, it won't. Last but not least, I would just say to remember that you are an artist, but a lot of the times the industry won't treat you like one. So make sure that you protect yourself. Like I said, get you a lawyer. And yeah, that is really it from me. This was a different format or a different video than what I normally do. Part of me is just like, will I even post it on my regular page or, on another platform? But I decided to make this video anyway and to have fun with it, because you guys know I always have I always have commentary, so why not just make a video on these random thoughts? But yeah, that is it from me today, guys. I will see you guys another time. Well, we'll probably get back to our regularly scheduled content where it's commentary on the lit world specifically, especially, with books and readers more so than writers. Sorry, writers! But yeah, I don't speak too much about writing content, but I thought, why not today? So yeah, that's it from me today, guys, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!